I am so excited for you to see today's podcast. It is mind-blowing, it is breathtaking, it is just so many aha moments. It adds so much value with Shane about how doing a juice fast in this brand new year, 2024, Happy New Year, how it can completely change your life. I did 37 days once. It was literally the best 37 days of my entire life. There are so many benefits. We are about to get into everything. And before we do, I want to show you guys my favorite juicer. This is the juicer Shane used. You see so many influencers using this juicer. This is the best. I highly recommend it. And I have a special code for the new year so you guys can save 10% on one of these if you want to get one. And I'll show you what's great about this. You can just load your juicer. You can turn it on and then you can walk away and do other things. I have 2 kids. I live the busiest life ever. So that is amazing. You get high quality juice from your produce. And you get more juice from your produce than other typical juicers. Okay, I'm gonna go enjoy this juice. You guys enjoy this podcast. Watch till the end. It is amazing. And if you wanna grab a NAMA, I'll pick up the code down below. Even if you don't have a NAMA, some tips on getting a juicer if you can't afford one. Check Craigslist, check Kijiji, ask a friend to borrow one. Enjoy this one, guys. Cheers. Hey guys, welcome back to this awesome channel and Happy New Year. We have an amazing video in store for you guys. One of my favorite topics and one of my favorite guests, the perfect guest for this topic. And this topic is how a juice fast can change your life this year. Juicing has changed my life more than anything else. When I did my 37-day juice fast, I never felt better in my entire life. And I've had many, many other people on this channel and done interviews with them who have truly transformed through juice fasting. And not only weight loss, regaining their health, their looks, how they feel spiritually, completely revamping and changing their whole life from their marriage to their career, all these things, attracting amazingness. So I'm super passionate about this topic, and so is today's guest, Shane Sterling from Raw Vegan Rising. He is just about to turn 51. Look at him, you guys. He looks so much younger. It's crazy. And part of that, in my opinion, is the juicing. It is the raw foods. He's been juicing since he was a teen. So we're going to have a great chat today. Make sure you guys stick around to the end and let's get into it. Welcome to the channel, Shane.
Hello, Jillian. Thank you so much for having me on. My goal today with this video is to provide inspiration and wisdom and knowledge and support to help people understand how juicing can help them in their life. So I encourage everybody to pay attention, follow along with these topics we're going to be covering because juicing changed my life. And I help people understand the power of juice fasting every single day. This is part of my life's work. Actually, the first full 40-day juice fast I ever did in my life showed me the path forward for me. I instantly, at that moment forward, decided I was going to make it part of my life's work to help people have their juice fast transformation experience. And that was in 2017. And ever since then, I have been working as a juice fast coach. So now I've worked with hundreds of people one-on-one on the phone and thousands of people in my group coaching program, Raw Vegan Heroes. I've witnessed so many amazing transformations. I see how juice fasting really helps people reclaim their life and also connection and joy and purpose and inspiration. So there's a lot to look forward to, and I can't wait to help inspire the listeners today.
Yeah, it's such a good one. It's such a good time with the new year. We all want to live our best life, make this our best year by far, 2024. And I feel like there's so many benefits to juice cleansing. So for people who are wondering, for me personally, because I've done it, what I experienced was mental clarity, better sleep, improved skin. There was something I was dealing with a couple years ago, and a juice fast completely reversed that health problem for me. And the list just goes on and on. There's so many benefits. I feel absolutely amazing, so spiritually connected, and so many other things. So what would you say are sort of a list of benefits you experienced and maybe everybody you see in your group go through on this transformation process?
Yeah, well, for one, it's going to help reverse your health problems. There's no reason to settle for nagging health problems. If you're overweight or you've got back pain or joint pain or irritable bowel or something that is nagging you, do not settle. You got to get into a juice fast. It's going to reverse that. So it's going to help your body regenerate and heal and cleanse. So it purifies your bowels, it purifies your blood, and it purifies your lymphatic system so your body can eliminate. Now, something miraculous happens when your body starts to eliminate properly. It gives you clarity. It gives you energy and clarity because your body isn't bogged down by all this food. So it's a nice break. It's a reset button. And it's a great way to bring in the new year and claim a whole new you. Now, one of the miraculous things that happens while juice fasting is the clarity and energy that you get leads to something miraculous. It leads to a sense of inspiration and maybe even a clarity of purpose. A lot of people will change their work, their careers, their focus. I am experienced in helping so many people through this, and they come to me and say, Shane, I want to do what you do. I want to help inspire people around juice fasting. Teach me how to be a coach. Teach me how to help people juice fast. So when you experience the transformation for yourself, you naturally want to pay it forward. And anytime we're called to pay it forward in our life, that's a really important thing, because that's one of the secrets to life. Actually, service and service to others is a deep calling in the heart of humanity. If we're not in service to others, like right now, me and Jillian are on this video in service to you guys. But if you don't have a way of being in service to others, that's something that could come clear to you during a juice fast. We don't know what that's going to be. It could be something that you've always wanted to do, and all of a sudden the clarity comes to you and you're like, I'm going to start that project. I'm going to start that business. I'm going to start that side hustle. I'm going to step into my power for 2024. A juice fast will not only just cleanse and purify your body and give you amazing health and energy, but it can help you step onto the path of your purpose in your life. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to Jillian. We stepped onto the path of our purpose. And here we are today, an example of being in service to others and doing our best and showing up every day to make a difference for others. That's one of the best benefits.
So true. And I think that's like you say, because you're cleaning out, right? Then you get so mentally clear. When I'm on a juice cleanse, I don't know how many days it takes, usually maybe past day 3 or 4. My mind is so clear and quiet. I literally feel like I'm just in a walking state of meditation. And I think that's just like a law of attraction magnet. You get all these great ideas, you're just flowing. I think it's amazing. And I just want to ask you too, like, who do you think a juice fast is right for? Do you think it's right for everyone? Or do you think if some people have like fears around it, they're like, oh no, I'm scared because my blood sugar, what about the fiber? And they're just like only talking about the fears. Do you think that maybe those people should stay away from it and it's only right for certain people?
Absolutely, without question, hands down, it's right for everyone. Right for everyone at any time, no matter who you are, where you're at on your health journey, whether you're struggling with weight, whether you're old, young, whether you're an omnivore, whether you're a raw vegan, it does not matter. When you put the high-powered juices in your body, it's like putting a high-octane fuel in a race car. All of a sudden, the cylinders start to fire and you just have more energy, clarity, get up and go. So everybody wants more get up and go. So it's a great reset. It's a great thing to claim for yourself. There's a lot of fears. There's a lot of naysayers. If we, if you come across the wrong person talking about it, we could be, convinced of their perspective. But I'm going to tell you, I've worked with thousands of people. I've witnessed people in serious degenerative health conditions, type 2 diabetes, kidney failure, obesity, cancer. And no matter who you are or where you're at, when you do a juice fast, you're just lighting yourself up. It's igniting all cylinders. So there's no time to wait because it's going to be a miraculous experience. You can jump in at any time. Now, one question I get really, they will say, do I need to prepare? Should I eat raw vegan for a month first beforehand, or should I just jump right in? And I will say, just jump right in, because what we're doing is we're cleansing the bowels. Cleansing the bowels with a juice fast is the only goal of a juice fast. We're not doing this for a diet or a lifestyle or ongoing. This is really a temporary intervention protocol to cleanse the bowels of waste, plaque, and biofilm that's inhibiting the quality of your life and poisoning you from the inside. So there's no reason to hesitate to clean out the bowels and get that poison out of there. So if you have any struggles at all in any way, or you're thinking about a juice fast, or you're called to a juice fast, oh yeah, just jump in. And there's no better time than the winter months like January, February, and March, because citrus is in season. And that's a major part of my protocol. So as a juice fasting coach working with people for many, many years, I've developed a protocol that's very safe and effective and fun for cleansing the bowels quickly and thoroughly without wasting time, without losing muscle mass. So my protocol will really, really help you have the best possible juice fasting experience And 50% of the juices that I recommend for your daily juice intake is citrus juices like grapefruit and orange, because these oils are very dissolving to the plaque and the waste. So right there, you just start taking in these amazing citrus juices and you're going to start to feel better. Now, the other 50% of the juices I recommend are the green juice recipes, which are very specific, synergistic with the body, helps the body detox, gives you the nutrition you need. So you can go as long as it takes to empty the bowels.
Like the lemon ginger blast, right? That one?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, so
The lemon
I'll
ginger blast.
I'll put the ingredients on the screen for this one right now. This one's created by Lou Corona. He's been on the channel before. He's 72. He's been drinking this for like 51 years. The guy literally looks so much younger and has the strength of no one I've ever seen. So I drink this every day right now and I love it. So I'll put the ingredients on the
Yeah.
screen for you guys.
Yes. So after I did my first 40-day juice fast using the lemon ginger blast, I've had a lemon ginger blast every day since. Almost every day. I try to have one at least 5 days a week. So it's inspired me and it's kind of retrained my body. And one of the amazing things is it resets the neural connection between the gut and the brain, the superhighway of the neurotransmitters between the bacteria and our thoughts. So if you're craving cooked food, if you struggle with emotional eating or any kind of like binge eating, or just kind of not being in control of the foods you're eating and you feel that out of control, a juice fast is amazing because it severs that bad connection with the microbes in your brain and it reestablishes a good connection. It actually retrains the neurotransmitters and it helps you feel a new sense of possibility for your diet, your lifestyle, and the cravings you're going to experience. It almost gives you a new sense of where vitality and nutrition really comes from. That's what happened to me. And ever since, I've been a raw vegan. After my 40-day juice fast in 2017, I haven't gone back to cooked food. I've stayed raw vegan. And that journey, that process was absolutely miraculous. It also took 20 years off the way I looked.
Yeah, no,
So,
there's no doubt about that. Like anyone that says you look 51 or older, like I just like I have no words for that because like
yeah.
maybe they need to see the optometrist. I don't know. But you said something interesting to me. You've been drinking the lemon ginger blast since your juice fast years and years and years ago, right? Like how long ago was your how was your juice fast again? The 40-day?
Well, in 2017, I
Okay.
decided to do a full extended juice fast for the purpose of removing mucoid plaque.
Mhm.
That was why I did the juice fast, and that was my primary goal, removing mucoid plaque, which is just another term for biofilm or accumulated waste in the GI tract. Old
Mhm.
food, old hardened proteins and mucus that accumulate over our lifetime of eating the wrong foods, acid-forming foods, meat, dairy, and eggs and grains and fried food. It leaves deposits in our GI tract. And until we get those deposits out, it's poisoning us from the inside. It's aging
Yeah.
us quicker. It's deteriorating the quality of our health. It's giving us aging. It's giving us back pain. It's harder to lose weight. All of the symptoms of aging come from the quality of our gut health. So removing
Mhm.
mucoid plaque was my goal of my first 40-day juice fast. I went 40 days. I released about 25 pounds of mucoid plaque during that process. And I weighed myself every day so I could track what I was losing. And I did not lose that much muscle mass. So I'm not losing muscle mass and I dropped 25 pounds in 45 days. That was incredible to feel that much waste come out of me. And that was what inspired me to become a juice fast coach and a raw vegan coach and stay fully raw vegan ever since. So that was in 2017. But I started experimenting with juicing back when I was just 18 years old.
Mhm.
My dad bought me a juicer for Christmas.
When you were
And
18?
when I was
What?
18, yeah,
So what year was this? This was what decade was this?
in
What
1991. That was
okay, the 90s, my
1990.
favorite decade. I was born in 82. I love the 90s. It's all the
The
music I
90s
listen
are
to.
awesome.
So what kind of
I love
juicer
the
was
90s.
this? And okay, that's amazing though that you started so young.
Yeah, so my mom used to make juice for me when I was a kid, actually. So I remember my mom putting green juice or carrot juice in front of me before dinner at the kitchen table. And she'd say, "You have to drink this before you get
Mhm.
dinner." And I'd be like, "Oh God, Mom, this tastes horrible. How can this be good for me? It makes me feel nauseous." That's what I would say as a kid. But it changed me. It changed my gut microbes. That little bit of juice that my mom would give me as a kid really helped my body. And so by the time I was a teenager, I was inspired. I went vegan when I was 17. I got my first juicer at 18, and I started juicing. I would make green juice shots. I would make parsley shots. I would make carrot juice, apple juice. I would make all these robust, amazing juices in my juicer as a teenager, so that by the time I got to about 30 years old, I tried my first juice fast at 30. I discovered the book called The Essene Gospel of Peace. It talks about fasting and cleansing and purifying the body. And it inspired me to try my first juice fast. So I packed the fridge filled with produce, all the greens and the fruits. And it was amazing to see. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea. I think I made it a few days before I probably quit. I really didn't understand how to do it, but I did feel the inspiration. So from the age of 30 till 44 in 2017, I was thinking about it. I was like, I really need to do this. I educated myself. I researched, I studied, and I prepared myself to do this extended juice fast to remove mucoid plaque and to be raw vegan afterwards. That was my goal. That's why I did it. And that's still to this day, what I say is the number one reason to do a juice fast is to remove the waste out of your GI tract completely. Go all the way, empty the food tube. And when you do that, you're going to feel a complete reset and rejuvenation of your body. Once that's accomplished, you're done. If you stay raw vegan after that, you really maybe don't ever even need to do that type of extended juice fast again. It's like a one and done deal if you stick with raw foods afterwards.
Unless you want to do it again too. Like for me, I
unless you
love to
want
do it because it literally makes me feel better than anything in life. But like you're saying, it's true too. And I just want to say, like, see how much the green juice has impacted your life. Like your mom doing that, you're doing that in your childhood. Like we should give this to our kids, you guys. And even if juice fasting, like even if this topic and juice fasting, if you have like bad beliefs around it, I think it's too extreme and crazy. Just even adding in like the green juice a day can totally change your life too. And I just want to say to you too, like I know you had mentioned how you drank this ever since your 40 day, right? So you have been on track with that for years. You've clearly stayed on track with your health, just like I have. I did my first juice fast 3 years after being raw. If anything, it's benefited my health completely and has had no negative, because I know there's some people out there who say like, if you juice fast, it's bad. It's going to make you binge and spiral in the other direction. You're better off just going on the plant foods. So maybe for some people, if they have like that super addictive personality, I don't know. I've been known to have addictive personalities in the past too. And it still is never, doing juice fast has never sent me back to Popeye's chicken or like binging the other direction. So for me, it's uplifted my life, benefited me in so many ways. That's why I make these videos. But with you, you've had more experience than a lot of people in this niche. You work so directly with so many people. Like I'm an affiliate with Nama, the best juicer, in my opinion, in the world. I'll link my code down below if you guys want to get one. And I do interviews with people too. Like I'm so passionate about all these things, but you actually work directly with all these people. So as someone who does that, because if you think about it, now that I think about it, there's not too many people that I know on the internet who do that. You like, that's your life. So since you work with all these people, do you firsthand see people? Do people come back to you and do they say like, Shane, I should have done this juice fast. Now I'm eating McDonald's and this was really bad for me. This is too extreme. Like, is this a common thing, or do you feel like overall it's positive? Like I'm super open-minded. If it is, we need to discuss it, right? Is it like that, or overall, is it more of like a positive thing with people? If that all makes sense, hopefully.
So right now on my phone, my calendar is filled with people who are juice fasting with me, who have hired me as their coach for their juice fast experience. For one, the benefit of that is that you don't have to know how to do it or worry or have fear. You lean on an expert. You get to sit back and relax and just enjoy the experience. Okay, that's a luxury. It costs money to invest in a coach, but boy, is it worth it, and it's incredible. So I've never once experienced anyone who's done a juice fast have any negative side effects whatsoever. In fact, it launches people on incredible journeys. Most people who work with me as a private client will have transformative experiences. They up-level their life. And one thing that I do, I go out of my way to do this, is use the opportunity of the clarity of mind to get centered in our real true needs and desires. I am also a shadow work coach, and I help people go into the deeper aspects of where we've abandoned ourselves and where we've denied ourselves our high self-esteem or our true needs being met. And so a juice fast actually has this incredible opportunity to give us the peace in our mind and our heart for a minute to feel and align with what we truly need. So people who work with me come out of their juice fast with a new aligned sense of purpose and life for themselves. So for my experience, it's the complete opposite of anything negative. It's very incredibly transformative.
And many
And the
times, like
benefit,
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, and the benefit of having someone guide you through this type of like reclaiming of the parts of self, like the shadow work combined with a juice fast, is absolutely revolutionary. That's where you can really transform your life to the next level, up level, reclaim your health, reclaim your life, like just not settle for subpar anymore. If somebody's really like maybe, looking to find a transformation and they don't know what they need, but they're just like, something's got to change. I'm not feeling my best. I don't make the money. I don't have the career. I don't have the relationships I want. Doing a juice fast plus shadow work, that's the way out. That's the way out.
Yeah, the shadow work goes hand in hand with that, and you're really good at
It
that.
does.
And like most of these people you work with, you find like they stay on track with their health habits. Like from what I see, because I'm in your group, I see a lot of these people. A lot of these people are my friends. A lot of these people I've had on the channel. I know a lot of these people. Like people like Dan, Magri, all these people totally transformed their life. Like Magri did the juice fast. She realized she was in a toxic marriage. She got out of her marriage. She lost so much weight. I'll try to put a picture of her on the screen right now. Like she was quite overweight before and quite unhappy. She transformed her whole life. And years later, like she's so passionate about it, living that like plant-based raw vegan lifestyle. Like it didn't turn her back the other way. Like, do you see any people who do go the other way? Like most people in your experience stay on, right? And like it benefits them positive. To me, it's like such a positive thing.
Yeah. There's so many people who have become lifelong fans of my group coaching program, Raw Vegan Heroes, who maybe come into the group to experiment or do a juice fast. They end up staying for years. We become friends. Magri Jade is a great example of this. She joined my group to do an extended juice fast. She became inspired by the journey. It transformed her life. She juiced 120 days. She lost 80 pounds. She kicked out her deadbeat boyfriend. She took back her empowerment. She moved to a better part of town. And I watched her go through this. Little by little, she started to be in her leadership. I offered her a coaching position in my company. And now today, she's my top coach. And she leads my Juice Fast Mastery program, which is private coaching with Magri. So it's really incredible to go from seeing her from completely disempowered, struggling, obese, overweight, really, really beaten down by life, to becoming my top coach. It's transformed her life. Her inside of my company has changed her life. In fact, she's taking her kids to the Caribbean for Christmas this year for the first time in her life because she inspires people. She makes money as a Juice Fast coach too. She's empowered her life. And so now she gets to pay that forward and empower her children and take them on a vacation for Christmas. So these are the types of stories that we see on this side, being juice fast experts and juice fast life transformation coaches. Because juice fasting is not just about the juices, it's about taking back our life, reclaiming our life. And then also it's really important to understand how to break the fast, because this is the most important opportunity to break the fast with raw foods and rebuild your gut microbiome. Now, I recommend in my protocol, it outlines a 1-year journey, but I recommend 6 months to 1 year on a fully raw vegan diet to completely rehabilitate your gut microbiome. And this does two primarily life-changing things. One is it improves your absorption and utilization of food so you can thrive. So you can be like me and Jillian, who look amazing on a 100% raw vegan diet, okay? Because it gets the body strong. And two is it increases bowel transit time, and it gives you the opportunity to really eat raw foods in a way that just feels good consistently time and time again. So that takes time though. So this is why I outlined the protocol to go 1 year, because at the end of 1 year, you're going to start to really feel the transformation. And what I want everybody to understand is that a juice fast will not heal you. It's the process of rebuilding your gut after the juice fast and staying raw vegan that does the real healing work. The juice fast just sets the stage. It cleans the food tube. So you can't put old wine in a new wineskin. You got to or new wine in an old wineskin. You got to
Yeah.
clean out. You got to refresh the gut and give it an opportunity to absorb the raw foods better. So the juice fast is the first step in completely reclaiming your life and your health. And then so that part 2 protocol is also yours to keep for life. When you join Raw Vegan Heroes and you download that, it is yours. So those are 2 really, really incredibly important and powerful reasons to do your juice fast in Raw Vegan Heroes and utilize the support of the community, proven protocols that work. And juice fasting takes time, it takes money, and it takes effort. And if you're going to make that investment of time, money, and effort, make it easy on yourself. Get the protocol to follow so you don't lose muscle mass, so you don't waste your time, so you don't get bad results, so you don't waste money on juices you don't even need. Follow the protocol closely to the T, and you're going to get the best results. Because I've been doing this professionally for many years, hundreds of private clients. Like right now, my calendar is filled with people. So I have a lot of experience, and I'm steering people in the right direction on this. Also, the last thing I'll say on that is do not do it alone, because everybody thinks, oh, I got to prove to myself that I can do it alone. But that's the ego talking. And you actually want to lean on the support of accountability and community. And you can't really transform alone. You know, community and accountability is what it takes to have your transformation. And if you're someone who tends to want to prove to yourself that you can do it alone, you've got the lone wolf syndrome. And the lone wolf syndrome comes from low self-esteem. So instead of allowing yourself to feel the amazing support of others and the beautiful network of connection and the divine in the universe wanting to help you, you're cutting yourself off. So you want to surrender to the juice fast and to having help. And surrender is actually the real strength. Okay, for 2024, surrender is your new strength, because surrendering means you lay down your will to the divine will. You lay down your preferences for your true healing. You take your hands off the wheel and you stop trying to control everything, and you let your transformation happen for you. And on the other side of that, you find real strength, true strength, empowered strength, possibly the real strength you've been looking for your whole life. We get there through surrender. So I highly encourage everyone, when you step into your juice fast, that you surrender to the process, follow the protocol, get support, open to God's divine plan for you, and it's going to lead you down the right path.
Yeah, well said. And I just want to say, if you guys are like me, like I used to just live for drinking the highs I would get from like wine and beer and certain foods and things like that. And let me tell you, like the natural high and the way you feel with the raw foods and with something like a juice fast is literally, you can't even compare it to those things. You literally feel like light years better than you feel drinking wine, having a buzz from wine, like getting that comfort food, those donuts, like any of that. It's a whole, it's why I started this channel. It's a whole other like galaxy. And if it's been on your mind, or if you're called to do it, I just really encourage you to try it, give it a shot, listen to yourself. And I want to talk to you about like how to get started, how people can start, and what to expect. I know for me, when I did my 37 days, it was really important to me to feast and not fast. I drank a lot, like at least 8 of these a day. I think it's important you really like get a lot of calories in, especially if you have a busy life like me. And that's what's great about juice fasting. It's not like, I haven't done a water fast. Mind you, I just interviewed Kara Brotman. She did 7 days and she said she felt great. But for me, I doing a juice fast, I like it because you just taking in a lot of calories still. You can live your life, you can go to work. So that's another thing too I want to ask you about. A lot of people think like you just have to stay home. But one thing that's great about this type of cleanse is you can be out doing a lot of things, right? So maybe if you want to touch on that and then how people can get started, what to expect, things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Juice fasting can be incorporated into your daily lifestyle. If you're busy, if you're going to work, if you got to take care of kids, you're running around. Juice fasting gives you calories. It gives you nutrition. It gives you everything you need to continue with your life and just cleanse your body and purify your body. That's one of the amazing benefits of juice fasting, where water fasting is the opposite. You are not taking in calories and you have to be careful. You can't even drive on a water fast. So juice fasting is completely different than a water fast. It's not the same thing. It requires different metabolic processes for the body. It's for a different outcome. The goal of a juice fast, again, is to remove mucoid plaque and cleanse the bowels of waste. The goal of water fasting is autophagy and ketosis. You don't get into ketosis in a juice fast because you're taking in lots of calories, lots of nutrition. You flood the body with enzymes, hydration, cellular hydration. This lubricates the bowels. It helps your body energize to eliminate waste. So juice fasting is the optimal solution for cleansing the bowels and giving your body that amazing reset. If you're doing a juice fast in 2024, write this down, follow my guidance on this. The first thing that you're going to experience is you're going to come up against resistance, because detoxing requires that we surrender. Like, it might feel hard in ways. So what you want to do is say, this is hard and it's the path through. I'm being asked to do something hard. This is worth it. So you want to make it hard on yourself, because if you front load the hard work, you get the easy results in the end. Look at me at 50 years old. Now I have the easy results, but I went through my hard juice fast. I went through the full detox. So I recommend to all my clients, make it harder on yourself. Make the juices stronger, drink more juice. Don't cut corners. Don't make it easy on yourself, because that's how you're going to get poor results. This is a unique opportunity to say, I'm a warrior. I'm doing this. I'm reclaiming my body, my health, my life, and my empowerment. And so you want to take on the challenge. And in that, there is challenges. You might feel like you want to give up at a moment, and you don't. You don't give up. So make it harder on yourself. Expect it to be hard. And maybe it'll be less hard than you think. Make friends with the challenge. Take the worst case scenario, like you can't get down the juices. It makes you want to throw up, all this stuff. Make friends with that scenario and just say, I'm going to do this anyway. Because on the other side is your liberation, your freedom, your sovereignty, your inspiration, your life purpose, and you owe that to yourself. The other major thing with juice fasting, I tell this to all my clients, the body is strong, but the mind is weak. Okay, so when we do a juice fast, what we're doing is we're supporting the body. The body is infinitely wise, okay? And you have lost connection with your body. If you're overweight, if you're struggling with inflammation issues, anything like that, you're cut off from your body. You don't have the amazing connection of mind, body, soul. So you fear your body. You fear the body being out of control. You're going to the doctor. This is because you have lost connection. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to reestablish the connection between you and your body and trusting your body. So when you drink the juices, you are going to trust that your body knows what to do. We're supporting the body following the protocol. Okay, you don't have to understand it with your mind. Support the body with the juices and the protocol, and then the mind is what you've got to manage, because the mind is going to say, I'm scared, I'm freaked out, I don't know, I'm not sure if I trust this, am I going to hurt myself? All this stuff. We want to quiet the mind. We want to manage the mind. So the number one thing to expect is that your mind is going to go rampant like a monkey mind, and you've got to keep it in check. So prepare to be your own coach, to be a mindset coach, and to be a leader for yourself through this process. And the other thing that I always tell people is surrender. Surrender to the process, because there's a divine path for you. Surrendering is your new strength for 2024. When we can truly surrender and trust the divine will, we get amazing benefits. And juice fasting is the perfect example of that. That's what you really want to prepare for, okay? And then besides that, I think just knowing that you're doing a cleanse, and there might be challenges, it might be hard. Detox comes in waves. There's days where you're going to feel amazing, like euphoric. There's days where you actually might chuckle to yourself at how giddy you feel, because you are seeing God in the trees and you're like, oh my God, life is beautiful and amazing. And then the next day you're tired and you have detox symptoms. So you got to ride the waves, and it's fun and it's kind of exhilarating to do that. But I'll tell you, there's moments of pure euphoria and amazingness waiting for you. So that's what I would recommend as what people can expect going into a juice fast.
Well said. And I think for those moments of euphoria, at least in my case, because I've done a bunch of them, not just the 37 days, but 7 days, 14 days, 10 days here and there. But for me, it typically takes, and I think a lot of people, to like that fourth day. Sometimes it can take like a few days to start feeling good. And also some people can have bloating and things like that when they start. Maybe they think this isn't working. But from my experience, like typically, like in typical cases, I think it just takes time for your body to adjust. And then like your bloating goes away. Your mind gets great. You feel better than ever, I feel like. Don't you think?
Yeah, correct. Actually, that reminds me, and I should mention this. that a lot of people will have just watery stools in the first week or two, and that really can concern people.
Hmm.
And what you want to look for is solid stools coming after you start your juices. You get the watery stuff and you get all that, right? And you're like, oh my God, I don't know if this is normal. Should I keep going? Yeah, you keep going. When the body starts to eliminate solid waste, you are on the track for an incredible transformation. So that's what you want to look for, is getting through the watery stool phase to the solids, because when the solids start coming out, that's old stuff. Okay, that's not food you've eaten recently. That's old stuff. And so it's an incredible thing to know, oh my God, I'm releasing something that was in me for how many months, how many years? Okay, that's cool to experience that. And that's something that everybody goes through. It could be a week, 2 weeks before you start to experience that. That's why you want to stick with it. And like I said, make it hard on yourself. Make those juices strong. Drink lots of juices. The volume is key, like Jillian was saying,
Hmm.
8 quarts a day. My protocol recommends 6 to 8 quarts per day. Okay.
Yeah, if I was
So,
doing just a couple of these, there's no way I'd be thriving on a juice fast. I would be
yeah.
moody. I would be tired. I'd be like, this freaking sucks, you know? So, like, I like to drink a lot and I like to drink coconut water. And I do throw in a little bit of water. I find I don't get too thirsty for water because the juices are just so hydrating, like to the next level, right? It's a lot of water content. But so I do drink some water still. And I see some people say that that helps speed up the detox with juice fasting. But do you include water? Do you believe in water on your, like when you do a juice fast or no? Or when you did yours?
I recommend to my clients, sometimes you can dilute the juices
Mm.
temporarily if you're struggling with the strength of the juice recipes. If you want to, you can dilute them a little bit with water. Yeah, that can help you get the juices down easier, but you're not going to need water for hydration because you're going to be experiencing a cellular hydration like you've never experienced before. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like a person to person basis. Also, it's important to realize with the quantity of juices, if you underdrink juice, like 4 quarts per day, which is a gallon, is this approaching too little juice because your body is needing to detox. And if you don't provide the body enough calories and hydration for detox, you're just going to feel terrible. Okay, so by having 8
Mhm.
quarts instead of 4, you're giving your body energy to detox. You're giving your body everything it needs to get through the process so you feel good. And that's one of the major things that people get wrong, is thinking, oh, this is hard. I don't want to have as much juice. And that's why I say make it harder on yourself. Stick to the quantity. Even if you feel like you're force feeding yourself at the beginning, that's just a temporary phase because you're going to get the amazing results.
Yeah, and I just wanna say too, if you guys try the juice fast and you can't even make it through the first day or something happens on the second day, like, don't beat yourself up, don't give up. I remember my first time I ever tried, it was my first one was 2019, but the first one I ever tried was earlier in 2019, and I didn't even make it through the first day, and I was like, "How the heck do people do this? This is nuts." I wasn't drinking enough, like, and so just start over. Don't be afraid to start over with your health habits,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely. Okay, so every single day in Raw Vegan Heroes, we have hundreds of people juice fasting. We see people who are starting and failing and starting again. So it's important to rely on your community support. It's important to rely on accountability. So you don't feel like a failure. Instead, you realize this is normal. And so we all are there to normalize it for everybody and say,
Mhm.
okay, you stopped after 2 days and you had some fruit or some salad, or God forbid, you had some other types of cooked foods that you didn't want to eat.
Mhm.
Just get back on track. And everybody is there to root you on and to cheer for you. Raw Vegan Heroes is amazing for that. So that's why we can't just do it alone. We can't go through the transformation alone, because if what I always say is, if we could have, we would have. If we could have transformed, we already would have. If we could take our life to the next level, we already would have. Sometimes we just need support. We just need a coach in our corner. We just need reflection that it's possible. And the
Mhm.
most important type of coaching is proximity. It's not even information. It's not somebody saying, you can do it, you can do it. It's just being around others who are doing it. And
Mhm.
you realize, wow, this is possible for me. I can't believe Susie and Jane and Debbie are doing this. Wow. It's inspiring to witness others. And that's the
Yeah.
power of proximity. That's the power of community.
Yeah, we need our tribe. I'm a big believer in that. And like I told you in the last video, my therapist, Doug Lyle, he's made me realize like we're tribal creatures. We need our tribe. That's what makes us happy. And I want to get into some of the viewers' questions now.
Yeah.
So somebody said, would like to, oh no, where was that question? There was another one. Can you maintain a very physically demanding business? He's a painting contractor while on an extended juice feast, 30 days or more. Thank you. I think absolutely. In my opinion, bring those juices in your cooler, prepare them that morning or the night before, and drink a lot. Bring coconut water and stuff too. But what do you think, Shane?
Absolutely no question. Yes, you can continue with a rigorous work schedule, a physically demanding job. You bring your juices in a cooler, you stick to the protocol, you're going to have an incredible experience. And keep this in mind, this is only temporary. We can get through anything in 30 days because on the other side of that, your body is going to become efficient at absorbing nutrition. You're going to have more energy. You're going to be able to build muscle and work out better and recover from workouts and rigorous work and exercise better after a juice fast. So it's like 30 days of temporary inconvenience, following a plan, bringing your juices with you for a lifetime of benefits. Anybody can go through 30 days following a plan to get a lifetime of benefits.
Okay, well said. And somebody said, I'm getting ready to do a juice feast and wanted to know if there were any detoxing symptoms I should prepare for. Is it usual/normal to feel yucky at first? I want to know what to expect. I did feel yucky at first, the first couple days, I think. I can't remember. I haven't done one in a little bit, but I always start feeling amazing at around day 3 or 4. And I felt amazing. The only detox symptoms I feel like would pop up would be some emotional things when I do cleanses, like juicing or fruit cleansing. But what do you have to say to that, Shane?
Yeah, the first thing that freaks most people out as a juice fast coach of many years is watery stools or no stools. Okay, so the digestive system has to go through a complete reset right at the beginning. And that will be disconcerting because, hey, we're in tune with our bowel movements and all that. So, when it changes, we can get freaked out. So you just got to trust. Okay. And after the first 3-4 days, week, or 2 weeks max, you're going to hit the whole new plateau. And I think emotional detoxification is a very real thing for people on a juice fast. It usually comes in a little bit later. And when we're having juices for weeks on end, we become very attuned, we become very sensitive, and we can like cry at the drop of a hat, because we're just really in tune with the emotional self. This is what I call the emotional detox process. This is where we start to feel some of the lodged traumas and pain and low self-esteem we've been dealing with all of our life. That's why if we have a shadow work coach there by our side for the process, we actually can move through blockages and limitations and trauma patterns in our life that have been plaguing us our whole life. This is why people binge eat and have food addiction and have weight problems and living these subpar lives, not stepping into their power, is because it's very hard to overcome these limiting beliefs. A juice fast like softens it, and you're going to feel it. And then if you have some guidance to get in there and remove the blocks and fully feel, let it come up and out, that's the emotional detox. It's going to come out the GI tract, and it's going to come and up and out your aura and your emotions. And then that's where you become a beacon and a shining light for others. That's why post juice fast, a lot of people get inspired to help others because now they've just had the weight of the world lifted off of them. And they're no longer carrying these burdens that they've had on their back for like 20, 30 years. There's something that's shifted, something has moved, and it gives you a renewed sense of hope and purpose for your life. So that is a detox symptom, but it's also what really everybody wants. And I would just say, prepare for that. Prepare to feel that sensitivity and have a plan. What are you going to do? Journal, get clear on what kind of business you want to create. How do you want to be of service to others? Do you want to start that side project? What is it that you need that you've been denying yourself all these years? Get clear on that and expect to go into that zone in a juice fast. It's going to help you so much.
Okay. And the next question is about sweet potatoes. Somebody's asking about, do you use them in the raw lifestyle or juicing? I didn't use them on my juice fast, but I have a new really good sweet potato juice recipe. I'll try put it on the screen or down below. Is that something you juice or no, Shane?
I do not juice starches, although the very first time I started juicing for my 40-day juice fast, I did make a sweet potato juice. And I just personally don't think I need to juice the starches. I also think if the goal of a juice fast is to cleanse the bowels thoroughly one time all the way and get the mucoid plaque out. What we really want to do is we want to focus on astringent juices that dissolve that hardened mucus and protein out of the GI tract. So really, if we can just focus on following that protocol closely for 30 days, 40 days, then afterwards, whoa, the world opens up. Now we can experiment with amazing, delicious juices. So carrot and beets and sweet potato, none of those are on my protocol, not even celery juice, although celery is in the lemon ginger blast. But those juices are not going to be as effective for cleansing the bowels. And I'm going to just say it again, the purpose of a juice fast, sole purpose, should be for cleansing the bowels, because then you can eat raw vegan. Then you can thrive on eating less food and getting more nutrition, eating fresh, raw, living foods and feeling full, feeling satisfied, like you're eating normal. For me, eating 100% raw is like eating a cooked food diet. It feels normal, except I'm getting the amazing benefits of raw. That's what juicing leads to. But we got to clean out the bowels for absorption, utilization, improve bowel transit time, improve the gut microbiome, give ourselves the ability to digest raw foods. That's what we're focusing on. For that, we don't really want to focus on the root vegetables at that stage. So I hope that answers that question.
Yeah. Okay. And somebody said, I went into my juice feast expecting to consume lots of juice, but I found that some days my body barely wanted anything and I was still feeling energized and satisfied. Some days I'd have only a couple pints of juices and water. Is this healthy? Seems to fit with my biochemically unique system. I think if that works for you, then listen to your body, right? What do you say about that?
I would say guaranteed 100% that person didn't go longer than 10 days. No, you're not going to be able to make it 30, 40 days doing that. That's a big no-no. And I recommend that you do not allow yourself to go below 4 quarts per day. If you're doing a temporary cleanse and you're not really committed to full transformation, full cleansing of the bowels, or you're not really going raw vegan, then sure, you can do a short cleanse and go without having juice for a day, but that makes no sense. If you want the full experience, if you want to bring it home, if you want a new 2024, if you want to light your life up like a fireworks display, you are going to need to drink 6 to 8 quarts per day. And if you feel the resistance, this is why I said, back to my number one recommendation, what to expect is that you're going to want to stop, make it harder. Okay, so if you have a resistance to the volume of juice, which everybody does in the beginning, then that's where
Not
you
me.
push through.
Not me. I could just drink tons.
Yeah. Well, you've done it right, Jillian. You're a special one. And some people get it right by themselves. Most people don't. Okay, so this person who's asking this question, and I understand we all have different reasons to coming to it, but I could almost guarantee this person is not raw vegan. And this person didn't go longer than 10 days, because there's no way your body's going to be able to do that for longer than 10 days if you're skipping juices. No way.
True. Yeah. True. Yeah. Okay. And they said, can you ask the question about dental hygiene during a juice fast? How to do it properly? Great question. I mean, I know a lot of people worry about that with their teeth. Do you drink with a straw? Do you swish with water after fruit juices? What do you recommend?
Boy, I'll tell you, I look back at pictures of myself after my 40-day juice fast raw vegan transition, and I'm talking like even 6 months up to a year after, my teeth had stains on them. I literally have pictures to prove it. My teeth had stains. My teeth are brighter and whiter and healthier than ever before in my life right now. As a 50-year-old man, my teeth are the best they've ever been. But there was a time period where my teeth were detoxing. Okay, so our teeth are porous. All right, so there's going to be some detox that can create sensitivity. If the acids are coming out of our body, we're eliminating waste. Yeah, it's going to come out porous tissues in our body. So a lot of people will experience like the formation of stains. Now, I smoked tobacco for years in my youth, in my teens and 20s, back in the 80s and 90s or 90s.
You did? You smoked cigarettes?
I smoked cigarettes. Yes, I did.
For how long? I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, for a
good
couple
thing you
days.
quit. Or imagine you had kept smoking all these years into your 20s, 30s, 40s. You might not have your teeth right now, Shane. I'm serious.
Right?
Because I know people that had their teeth taken out in their 50s and 60s from smoking, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, my dad
Talk about traumatic.
My dad lost his entire mouth to smoking. So that's why I quit. And yeah, I was smoking as a teenager and in my 20s thinking it didn't really matter. But yeah, I woke up to that. I quit. I got my health back on track. started juicing, nutrient density, raw food, complete plant-based diet. I've been on a mostly plant-based diet for 34 years. So I've been really focused on my health. Okay. Now, with the teeth detoxing, though, I think those tobacco stains were coming out of my mouth, and I can see it
Wow.
in old pictures. Yeah. So
That's crazy.
hygiene. Yeah. So you might not be able to get those types of stains off your teeth, but look, you don't want those toxins in your body. That's a testament to how the body purges and purifies during a juice fast. Old tobacco residue in my teeth coming out. Come on, that's miraculous. All right.
Mhm.
So also what people will experience is a transition. This is really important. A transition in the microbiome of the mouth. Okay. And so the bacteria that you're normally used to will get activated by the sugars, possibly, and you can get fuzzy teeth, right? So you get that buildup real quick of plaque on the teeth. This is why you want to floss and brush really diligently, because there's a transition in the microbiome of the mouth. So I come from weak dental genes. My dad lost his teeth. My mom always had bad teeth. And so I had a disposition to cavities as a kid because the microbiome, the bacterial
Mm.
condition in my mouth, I've
Yeah.
changed that. I've changed the
Wow.
bacterial condition in my mouth now as a 50-year-old man. So not only do you transition the gut microbiome on a juice fast, you transition the mouth microbiome. So it's all connected, of
Wow. I
course.
was talking to
Yeah.
my hairdresser about this topic today. I'm gonna have to do a video on this because I'm so passionate about it. So I saw on Instagram there was a reel and it said, I don't know, we take these things with a grain of salt, but I think it's pretty true. It said not to use mouthwash. I think it meant like our typical standard mouthwashes you see at the store, right? Because it kills all the bacteria in your mouth, right? And then maybe your mouth can't fight things off, and then you might actually end up getting cavities. So, like, there's a whole microbiome to our mouth too. Do you have like maybe not even if it's with the juicing, any other things that you think can benefit the microbiome of our mouth so we can avoid cavities, keep things healthy?
Yeah. I mean, without question, eating a raw vegan diet,
Yeah.
because that's the foods that fuel the best gut health, and then the gut and the mouth are connected. So if we have an overgrowth of the Streptococcus bacteria, actually, which live under our gums, that's what causes cavities. That's what causes tooth decay. I don't think there's a way to like regrow teeth. Okay. And I know a lot of people
Mhm.
talk about that, but I think what we have to do is we have to knock the bacterial colonies down so they don't overgrow. That's the most important thing. So transitioning the microbiome of the mouth a a big undertaking, but it will set you free. So for me, I don't get an overgrowth of plaque. The last time I went for a cleaning at the dentist, they said to me, "I can't believe how clean your mouth is. You look like somebody who comes in every couple months for a cleaning." And I
Mhm.
hadn't been to the dentist in like 5 years. Okay, as a raw vegan, so they asked me, "What are you doing? How are your teeth so clean?" So I'm hesitant to tell dentists and doctors that I'm a raw vegan. I say, "Oh, well, I just avoid starchy foods and I avoid, things like that." But really, it's because a raw vegan diet promotes the right bacteria in the mouth. So that's the number
Yeah.
one thing you can do. But that takes
True.
dedication, that takes focus. This is why we want to do a juice fast, is so we can be raw vegan. And this transforms our life at the highest level. It's going to heal your mouth, heal your teeth, heal your
Uh,
gut, drop 20 years off the way you look. It's going to make you feel like a kid again. It's going to drop the body fat off your body. It's going to give you that renewed glow in your skin. It's going to make your hair and your eyes and your nails and your teeth all good, like we were a kid again. I mean, I see people who are my age who are looking deteriorated, and
Mhm.
that is just from diet. It's from eating meat, dairy, and eggs and grains and fried food. That's why. So we just want to get off of those and onto the right foods. And we start our transformation to be raw vegan with a juice fast. Cleanse the bowels, do the shadow work, face your demons, face the part of you haven't loved, face the part that's unloved, because that's
Mhm.
what these people are carrying around. When I look out at society, when I go to the mall or the shopping place or whatever, and I see these downtrodden people hobbling through life, I see unloved, unhealed parts of themselves. They're carrying burdens that they've never addressed. A juice fast will help clear your burdens. Okay. So do it for that purpose, and then you become like a kid again.
Yeah. It's the best thing ever.
Mhm.
Ever, ever. That's why I'm making this video. So the next question is, I'm going to start this year with the juice fast. You're such an inspiration. I'd like to get tips on how to do it when I'm out of the house for long hours. I'd have to get prepared and take all my juice with me. Yeah, you do. Like I have really get cute little cooler bags that you like, put a little ice packs in them and carry them in there. I just think make them in the morning. I think the fresher you make them and drink them, the better, right? Like to me, I don't do too much batch juicing and make it and then drink it like days later. If you have to, and that's what keeps you on track, great, do it. But to me, like if I was to be out all day, I'd probably get up early, prepare them all for the day, like that morning, and then do it like that and just be extra prepared because you never know, right? You might be out of the house longer than you're expecting and you don't want to get hungry. Then you might just quit the fast. But what's your take on that?
Yeah, I don't batch juice or recommend batch juicing more than necessary. So if you're working, yeah, and I'm out of the house for 6 hours today, you got to make sure you have enough juice with you. So
Mhm.
that's when batch juicing can be really beneficial. But look, the fresh made juices is brimming with phytonutrients that are volatile, that evaporate, that are gone in within minutes. This is hormones, oxygen, enzymes, phytonutrients that just poof, they're gone. Once it's juiced and we break the cell wall and we extract the juice, these volatile minerals and chemicals and phytonutrients are gone so quick that we want to chug them down. So in an ideal world, what we're going to do is we're going to juice and chug, juice and chug.
Mhm.
Now that is going to give you the most incredible benefit from a juice fast possible. If we don't have that luxury because we're out of the house, then do your batch juicing as quickly as possible. So don't make juice because you can, just bring with you what you need to. And when you get home, make the rest of your juices for the day. That's what I recommend for all my clients. And that's what I guide people through.
Yeah, and that's what I personally do too. So I'm all for that. And somebody said, why wouldn't one need the fiber for good gut health and eat like our ancestors? I mean, to me, the modern juicer, and I love the Nama, like I said, I think Shane uses it too. I'll put the code down below. It's a great freaking tool because we don't live like our ancestors. We don't have the same guts as our ancestors. We are living these modern lives. And I think juicing is amazing by personal experience. But how would you answer that, Shane?
Yeah, twofold. One, like I say, a juice fast is a temporary intervention protocol to remove decades of pizza and wine and old fried food and crap that we were eating, tuna fish sandwiches when we were 6 years old.
Mhm.
We got to get that old hardened protein particles out of the GI tract. We are carrying around burden on our back. This is why everybody's hobbling around at old age in our society. This is why people get disease. So a juice fast is temporary to cleanse the bowels, number one. And number two, once we've finished that process and we've cleansed our body, okay, then juicing is a way to concentrate nutrient density. You can see it. Everybody who juices looks amazing. Okay, you can see it. Look back throughout history, Jack LaLanne and all the guys from the 70s and 80s and 90s who were juicing. There is a glow in their eyes. There's an energy, a pep in their step. There's a youthfulness. There's just a vitality that shines through. So for anyone to say, why would you remove the fiber? Come on, you're not paying attention. People who juice look and feel amazing. So use it for nutrient density. You're going to cook your food on a stovetop. You're going to make up a stir fry. I mean, you're going to cook bread in the oven. That stuff's dead and lifeless. Okay, juice some greens, juice some nutrient density, and get that nutrition in your body. That's what I always say in expecting this process. The body is strong, the mind is weak. The mind wants to poo-poo everything. The mind wants to be pessimistic. The mind is a little monkey that's got to be tamed and kept in its rightful place because the body is ancient. Okay, how long has this body been doing this? Millions, millions and millions of years. Our body's so wise. We've
Mhm.
lost connection with our body, and now we think we're flying solo on our own, and we're like, I don't know about my body, but I listen to this influencer and that carnivore diet person and this. So we're confused. And
People are
the proof,
confused. Yeah.
yeah, and the proof is in the pudding. Okay. When I look at people promoting cooked food diets, I see the stress in their skin. I see the stress in their aura. And when I see people
Mm.
promoting raw, fresh, vibrant living foods and juicing, I can see the colorful eminence coming off of them. It's a spiritual awakening. So I'm going to side with that. Okay.
Me too. Me
And
too. Yeah.
yeah. So that's the bottom line. So it's okay to have concerns about removing the fiber. It's temporary. Okay. Temporary.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like pre-digested, right? We're supposed to chew our food like 50 times. A nutritionist who's coming on the channel said we're literally supposed to chew it to the consistency of like baby food. And many of us aren't doing that. So this is like pre-digested for us, right? And it just you gets into your cells, you feel amazing. And okay, just back to what you were saying too. I just want to say like people are very confused. Somebody commented something on my channel yesterday about how I see the carnivore people say they're healing with this, and then I see the keto people healing with this. I see the raw vegans say they're healing with this. Then I see the cooked food people say this. They're like, I'm so confused. And then I put that in my Instagram story and I asked, like, are you confused like this? And 50% of people said yes. I was
Mm,
surprised. But I just want to say, like, I felt confused like that too on my health journey. Like before I went raw, when I was trying the blood type O diet, because my blood type's O, and I thought that's how I'm supposed to eat. And I was trying this, I was trying that, I was trying a million things. And then when I found raw, the confusion went away and I knew, oh, this is it literally by the end of the first day. So maybe you haven't found the right thing if you're feeling confused, but
yeah.
this life is just amazing. And we all want to live our best life, right? And how you eat and doing juicing and things like that, that can have a huge impact, huge, huge, huge. One of the biggest impacts on the life you live and living your best life.
Yeah, how we eat becomes our mind. So we
Mm-hmm.
want to be mindful of the foods we're putting in our body to generate the mind of our human consciousness and our human spirit. If we choose carnivore and keto diets, we are taking in the death and the suffering of other sentient beings. Are we going to choose that path and think that that's the path to our vitality? Factory farming is the path to our vitality? I think it's the opposite. If we could actually just choose based on ethics and morals and the vision for who we want to become, we'd say, oh, well, sure, I'd love to thrive on a raw vegan diet. If we could take the fears and concerns out, let's choose that. Then this is where we support our body. If you go through the transition of your gut, if you do a 40-day juice fast, you're going to feel the truth. You're going to feel the truth inside of your body, not in your mind. We get confused in our mind. But
Mm-hmm.
if we take this ancient sacred vessel and we put pure, raw, living foods in it, we're going to feel the freedom. We're going to feel the truth. That's why people are confused, because they haven't invested. They're trying this and trying that. And if you are eating cooked food, you are missing the three most important components of vitality and sovereignty and freedom in diet, which is water, fiber, and enzymes. Every expert,
Mm-hmm.
every health professional, every doctor is going to agree you need fiber. Yeah, but whole raw fiber. So animal products have zero fiber. You can't thrive on foods with no fiber, because that's what feeds the microbes. And the microbes become our mind. The microbes are ancient. The microbes have been on this planet for billions of years, long before our bodies ever existed. So when we create the microbiome, we're inviting the right microbes into our life. If we invite the wrong microbes, we become them. We become the ones, the parasites, the vampires demanding the blood and the flesh. We have to choose. We have to be strong to choose the vibrant life, the living path. Okay. And then we can be emissaries for the truth and the light. The light will come through us, the light will emanate from our aura, and we can be a living example of that truth. So for anyone who's on the fence, you get to choose what life you want to live. Do you want to be a vampire parasite sucking on the blood? Or do you want to free yourself from that paradigm completely? That's an
Mm-hmm.
important decision to make, because if you let it up to somebody else to convince you of what's right, you're not in control of that decision. Feast on the flesh, feast on the living light. Your choice.
Love it. Well said. And okay, this has been amazing. I love this topic. I really hope this has inspired you right at home to get juicing, get eating raw foods, get healthier, live your best life, take care of yourself, for your body is the only home you have. And we're just so important. We want to feel our best every single day, every single moment. And those cheat days, that crap food, it's just not worth it. So, do you have anything to end off with that you think we maybe missed about how juicing can change someone's life out there? Anything at all you want to share? And then I'll link your group below. I'll link all your coaching, everything down below as well for you guys to go join Shane's group. I'm in it. I love it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. And I'll link the NAMA below as well with the code to save 10%. And really, I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Thank you so much, Jillian, for facilitating this excellent conversation today and helping to inspire people to reclaim their health for 2024. It's the big reset button to be the person you've always wanted to be, to get the 2.0 upgrade, to become the best version of yourself, because that's what's going to happen. So to recap, if I could just remind you, juice fasting will give you a very deep sense of connection. It gives you a sense of like joy and unity that you might be missing in your life. Also clarity that leads to a sense of purpose. You can find new purpose and inspiration that you might be missing in your life. Inspiration that will be coming to you when you fuel the body with the living light, like I was talking about. So that is going to help you down your path, whether you realize it or not. So I just say step into a juice fast. If you've never done one, absolutely do it. Seek support and guidance in the Raw Vegan Heroes community. We are the best juice fasting group coaching program in the world. You get my juice fasting protocol as an instant download. You can keep it for life. We've got over 2,700 members. It's an incredible experience of celebration and joy. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know how. Come into the group, be a fly on the wall for a couple months, watch what others are doing, read the protocol, study it for a minute, and it will lead you down the path of what you can do for your life. It's an inspirational community. It's incredible. There's hundreds of hours of training videos, everything you need, because this is my life's work. This is how I have dedicated myself to help people transform, to become the emissaries of the living light. I want to help people get off of the death parasite paradigm. We don't need to feed on the flesh. My vision is a humanity that is living on juices, high vibrational foods, fruits, living greens and nutrient density for our highest potential into the future, thousands of years into the future. You know, it's not just about colonizing Mars, it's about redoing how we take in nutrition and becoming that like interplanetary species. Okay, we can do it right here, right now, with the living juices and raw food. Raw vegan is a galactic experience. It's a next level, otherworldly, out of this body, incredible experience. So do it. Join us, join Jillian and I on this path, a team with us. We're a team over here doing this, and we invite you. So that's my prayer and my blessing. This is an awakening movement. Everybody come on board. Let's do it together.
Okay, love it. Well, thanks for coming on. You were great as usual. And I hope we answered most of your questions. If not, I'll save them for the next one. I'll put all the links below. Be sure to subscribe for the next one. I have some great videos coming up. And I love you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.